Your phone can shoot ProRes, but your storage can't keep up, and that flash drive in your junk drawer, not going to save you. This little thing might be the answer. It just snaps onto your phone. Let's find out if it actually holds up. ACASIS keeps it simple here. In the box, the enclosure itself, a spare mounting screw, a couple of thermal pads, a manual, and this stubby little 4-inch USB-C cable. Quick heads up on that cable though, it's solid for data. It'll push the full 10 gigabits per second this thing is capable of, and it can handle up to 60 watts of charging too. Build quality wise, this is a tiny tank. Anodized aluminum, matte gray finish. Those vertical ridges on top aren't just there to look cool. They're doing real work as a heat sink, adding surface area to dump heat faster. And it's small, like really small. Put it next to a Hagibis MC13 and you can really see how tight ACASIS kept this footprint. The whole bottom is wrapped in a soft black high friction material and hidden underneath a strong ring of magnets. Inside there's a dedicated slot for an M2 2230 drive. That's the short format you'd find in something like a Steam Deck. For testing, I'm dropping in a Western Digital SN740. Pull the board all the way out and there's the brain of this thing, a JMS 583 controller. It's a proven USB 3.2 Gen 2 bridge chip rated for up to 10 gigabits per second. First thing I did was run it through CrystalDiskMark, and the drive backs up every claim on the box, 1088 megabytes per second read, 1086 write. That's it confirmed. And this thing really is built to run at up to 10 gigabits per second. Random access drops off further down. Sure, and small blocks always tank the numbers. That's just flash memory doing its thing. But the sequential result, that's the one that matters here, and it delivers. Burst numbers are the easy part though. The real test is what happens over 15-20 minutes of continuous use. I ran linear read for almost 16.5 minutes straight. And look at this graph. It's basically flat. Averaged 989.7 megabytes per second with barely any drift. That's rock solid gigabyte a second performance that just does not budge. Exactly what you want if you're pulling footage off this thing for a while. Heat-wise, this stayed pretty tame. Case peaked around 43.4 degrees Celsius. That's about 110 degrees Fahrenheit. Internal sensor read 44 degrees Celsius, roughly 111 Fahrenheit. Nothing here was working hard enough to even flinch. Next, random read. 13 minutes, 64 kilobyte blocks. This is the access pattern your system actually leans on constantly. Tiny, scattered reads instead of one big file. Graph looks noisy. And that's completely expected for random access, but it settles into a consistent band, averaging 366.2, floor at 300.5, ceiling at 399.3. Never falls off a cliff, which is really the thing you're checking for. Temps ticked up just slightly here. Case hit 44.3 Celsius, around 112 Fahrenheit. Drive itself still sitting at 44 Celsius, about 111 Fahrenheit. Under scattered, unpredictable load, this thing isn't even close to throttling. Now, here's where it gets interesting. For roughly the first 60% of this test, the drive is writing full send, sitting around 900 to 1000 megabytes per second, dead stable. But that cache isn't infinite. Right around the 60% mark, it just falls off a cliff. Speed drops in seconds. And then you get that classic sawtooth pattern kicking in, bouncing between 196 and roughly 630 megabytes per second. Average across the full 20-minute run comes out to 703.5, but that number's honestly a little misleading since it's dragged down hard by that post-cache section. This is also where things get hottest across the whole review. Case peaked at 49.9 Celsius, about 122 Fahrenheit. On another angle, it read 46.5 Celsius, roughly 116 Fahrenheit. Internal drive sensor climbed to 53 Celsius. That's 127 Fahrenheit. Random write by comparison is almost boring. in a good way. 13 minutes, 64 kilobyte blocks, and it just sits in a tight lane. 360.8 to 400.1 megabytes per second, averaging 390.6. No cliffs, no drama, just steady, predictable performance. It runs noticeably cooler here too. Case topping out at 43.9 Celsius, about 111 Fahrenheit, dipping to 41.9 Celsius, roughly 107 Fahrenheit, elsewhere on the shell. Drive sensor reads 46 Celsius, around 115 Fahrenheit. Health still 98% from the earlier write test, holding steady. No further wear showing. The good, real gigabyte per second speeds, magnetic mounting that just works, and a form factor small enough to live in your pocket permanently. For mobile creators or anyone deep in the EDC tech rabbit hole, this is exactly the kind of thing you didn't know you needed. The catch, you're locked into the 2230 format. Those drives are pricier per gigabyte and harder to find than standard 2880 drives. And if you're dumping hundreds of gigabytes in one go, you will hit that write speed drop eventually. But as a compact, reliable way to expand your mobile storage without hanging a brick off your rig, this is one of the better options out there right now. Links are down in the description if you want to grab one. Drop a like if this saved you some research time, subscribe for more gear breakdowns, and I'll see you in the next one.